Hello, welcome to Talking Pro Football with Mike, Domin and Tom, and our special guest,
Hello, I'm
Connor.
Welcome to week 16. Remember this little phrase. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the Bears are so delightful. Since we no place to go, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, yeah! With that, I'm going to turn it over to my good buddy Dom and let him lead us through the checks.
For the 12 viewers we have left. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right. All right. Week 16, like we said, welcome Talking Pro Football. Mike, Dom, and Tom. Connor, welcome. Glad to have you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Buccaneer Apparel. We like that. Okay. Guys, we say this every week. We're not professionals. We're not analysts. We're not ex-football players. Just regular guys that like football. That's it. That's it. All right. So one thing you always say, you like us because we jump right in. We don't do a lot of BS. Let's look at our up-to-date records. All right. Here we go.
Hey, look at there.
Tom, Domin, Mike. And because I'm in last place again, we're not going to spend any more time on this screen. Okay.
All right. We haven't spent much time on that the whole season.
We haven't. I think there's something
He
wrong
had one
with
good week at the beginning of the season. The rest of the time, we've been keeping pace with him the entire way.
I
In fact,
think it's
first
something.
week-
I'm going to blame our technical director, Pete.
Oh, Pete must have-
I'm sure he inputted
He
something
puts it in wrong.
incorrectly. All right,
Our
guys.
statistician, probably household.
So let's talk about Thursday night, which is probably the
yeah, we
best
had a
damn
good one
game
this week.
all
Yeah.
day. If you've been watching lately, guys, you know I've been saying these are the best two teams in the league. All right, the Rams at Seattle. Before we were off air, Connor brought up a good point. Seattle just lately hadn't been. They're still winning, but they haven't been putting up the Rams just look unbeatable. I am going with LA here.
Oh, me too. I can't. I think the Rams are putting it all together right at the right time, right at the end of the season. And I think this is going to be not a blowout, but it's going to be further. The score is going to be bigger than people think it's going to be, I think.
Connor?
Well, Seattle didn't even score a touchdown. All their points were from kicking, and the Rams are just unstoppable.
Yeah.
But it depends. Devontae might not play. Puka might not play, but I feel like the Rams are still going to win.
I think so too, yeah. Mike?
Shortest answer all year. Rams are going to kill him.
Ooh, he's
All
short
right.
and sweet on that one.
So the good thing is now
Matthew
the college
Stafford's having the best year of his
He is.
career.
He really is.
now the college is pretty much winding down. We get NFL games on Saturday, which is awesome. All right, 5:00. The don't care unless you're from one of these cities. 5:00. Philly at Washington. Philly has not looked great, but they're still better. They got better players than Washington, and Philly still needs to win. So for that reason, I'm going to go over Philly over Washington.
I think so too. I think they were kind of embarrassed the last couple of weeks the way the Phillies have played. They haven't played up to what they think they should be playing at. In this case, I think they're going to be a little bit better than Washington. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going with Philly.
This one's easy. Jaden Daniels got benched for the rest of the season, so Marcus Mariota is not beating Philly. So
Yeah.
Philly all the way.
Well, Jaden Daniels, one of the things I told Domin when we were talking about it after the Bears drafted Caleb, and we were talking because before the draft it was kind of pretty sure they were going to draft Caleb, but everybody was talking about Jaden Daniels so much. And I told Domin, I said, the concern I have with Jaden Daniels is that he's small. He's like Tua. He's a little guy. I didn't think he was going to make it out the whole season, and he sure didn't. And I'll tell you what, Philly's not looking great, but they're going to look great against the against Commanders.
Yeah.
Philly's going to win this easy.
All right, the Saturday night game, Green Bay at Chicago. I can't wait to pick this game. I am going to pick the Green Bay Packers to go into Soldier Field and knock the Bears back down to size and remind them who's king of the North. Woo! So saith the shepherd, so saith the flock. Tom, what you got?
I want to do that too.
Spit it out.
I can't. I'm going to actually go with the Bears this week. I think the Bears are going to win this one. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the Bears on this one.
Connor?
I hate both teams. I'm a Vikings fan as well, so screw the Bears. Did the Packers win their first game?
Yeah, the Packers win the first one.
I feel like they're not going to sweep. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Okay.
Caleb Williams is gonna get that 4,000 yards.
I think Aaron Rodgers is calling and saying, I still own you. I still own you. But
I would love to see Caleb get the 4,000-yard mark, but he's got to throw for over 300 yards for the last 3 games.
283.
283, is that it? So
That's not.
it's not that he can't do it. It's just that Ben Johnson really likes to run the football.
And they got a good running game, so why?
We have a great
Why do
running
it?
game. Sadly, Micah Parsons tore his ACL, so he's gone for the year. And that's kind of like a double whammy against Green Bay because you also lost your first-round draft pick, what they traded for Micah. So not only do they not get the benefit of Micah, they also lost a draft pick on top of it. But even with Micah, the Bears had a really good chance to win the game last week, or week before last when they played the Packers in Green Bay. I think the Bears are actually going to win by a full touchdown. I think they're really going to take it to the Packers. And I get to wear my beautiful shirt, all day long and say, yes, Caleb is King of the North.
Okay, let's move on to Sunday. Sunday. All right, we got the LA Chargers at Dallas. Dallas is eliminated. The Chargers look like they're on the road up. However, I just got a feeling that I think emotionally beating Kansas City last week that took a lot out of the Chargers. And I see Dallas just being just enough to screw things up. I'm actually going to go with Dallas. They're at home.
I almost think not the same way, but I think the Chargers know what they have to do, so I think the Chargers are going to win this one. And a close one, but I think Chargers will win it.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about this game. I think the Chargers are going to win. I think Justin Herbert's really good, and he's going to try and get to how many wins they have?
I think they're 10 and 4.
I think they're 10 now.
10 and 4, just like the Bears.
Yeah, I like the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just like the Bears, it's number 1.
And the Dallas defense sucks.
Watching CeeDee Lamb on the sidelines after Dallas was eliminated, it looked really, literally like his heart was gone. He's like, okay, I'm done. It really, you almost could visually see him saying, okay, where am I going to vacation
checked out
in the off season? Yeah. So as much as Dallas was doing so good, and then their defense started coming up, and after they lost, it's like the whole building just deflated, and they're like, well, okay, we tried, we're done. The Chargers are fighting for their lives in the AFC West, and I think the Chargers are going to go ahead and take this one home.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Chargers on this.
All right, Cincinnati at the Miami Dolphins. Well, look what happens. I actually picked you. No, I didn't pick you at Pittsburgh because Miami, you suck. Okay, I've been saying it all week. Tua seems like a great guy. Seems like the guy you want your daughter to marry. At what point, Miami, you gave him an extension. What did you see in 5 years with your 0 playoff wins that you thought you'd give him more money? You deserve all of this. The only good thing you've done lately is get rid of your GM. But I don't even care who wins. I might just pick it just to get a 0 on my thing. But I will pick Cincinnati. Miami, Tua is not a starting quarterback, but you keep paying him because I'm sure the Patriots and the Bills will love you to continue to suck.
Yeah.
Tom?
I was originally in my first thought process when I looked at this game, I'm going, oh, easy, Miami. But I started thinking about it, and I go, I can't see it. I can't say it. So I'm also going to go with Cincinnati in this one. I'm sorry, but
Cincinnati's defense sucks. Miami's defense has come up. I'm not going to root against my mom's team.
Yeah, that was.
But it's just they were in Pittsburgh, and so now they're at home. I'm going with Miami.
That's a good. That's yeah.
And Joe Burrow just scored 0 points.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Miami wins it, but I'm gonna take in Cincinnati. But I would not be surprised if Carolyn don't get too mad at me.
There's a huge difference between Miami's defense and Pittsburgh's defense. Even though Pittsburgh's defense kind of sucks this year, they're still 1,000 times better than Miami. Sorry, Tom's ex-wife. I'm going to have to go with Joe Burrow just to say, because he wants to say, oh, yeah, we're out, yeah. To you, to everybody out there that doesn't believe in Joe Burrow, I personally think, like Domin, that it's stupid to play your franchise quarterback when your offensive line sucks so bad that he's been injured every freaking year that you've had him. It's just insane. Cincinnati, if you don't spend every single pick you have on the offensive line, you're going to get him hurt, and Joe Burrow's going to say, that's it, I quit. He's going to quit like Andrew Luck. You better be careful, Cincinnati. And I still pick you to win this game, But you better be careful with Joe Burrow. He's a great, talented quarterback, and you're gonna blow it if you don't get him some protection.
In Cincinnati, that's been about 10 years since Andrew Luck left, and the Colts have yet. And they left, Andrew Luck left without notice because he was tired of getting beat up. You're going to screw around and you're going to lose Joe Burrow. And you got a cheap owner. That's been known forever. All right.
And Joe Burrow's been hit more than Andrew Luck was.
Yeah.
I mean, in a shorter time, he's literally taken like 30 more hits than Andrew Luck did in the same or smaller time period. So, yeah. Cincinnati, protect Joe Burrow. He's one of the cool guys in the NFL as far as quarterbacks that you really kind of pull for. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. He does good. He says the right stuff, and he's an outstanding quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks we've had in the last 20 years. Protect the poor kid. All right, I'm done.
All right. This should be a fast one. Buffalo at Cleveland. Please, Cleveland. Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, quick, easy. Buffalo.
Yeah, this is the best year for Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl. Buffalo's easily going to win.
Yep.
Superman's taking this one. Cleveland's going down. You thought the Bears whooped them bad? 31-3? It was only a 28-point difference. Shadur Sanders, he's the answer, Cleveland. He was so much better than Baker Mayfield that you got rid of, you morons. Jesus, come on. Wake up and smell the smoke. You know what, Cleveland? Go ahead, stick with Shadur. If you want to be mediocre for the next decade, stick with the name Sanders because it's going to turn out bad.
Or it might turn out legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the draft when he fell to the fifth round.
Yeah. Cleveland, come on. I mean, you don't. Your team's so boring. You don't even have an emblem on your helmet. I don't know why the NFL named you the Browns. I mean, how I never met Paul Brown. He's dead now. But damn, how insecure do you have to name? You have to name your team after yourself. I mean, if you're Van Halen, that's one thing because he's cool. But the Browns, how many Super Bowl wins have you got? Oh, how many Super Bowl Just you go away, Cleveland. Your city's ugly. Your colors are ugly.
There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a phrase out there called "taking the Browns to the Super Bowl."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota at the Giants. You know what? I was thinking of maybe going with the Giants, but J.J. McCarthy, the last couple games have been playing. I am going to take Minnesota over the Giants.
Good.
I'm going with Minnesota in this one as well.
Good. You know, the only thing I'm concerned about is the Vikings O-line's kind of crap right now because of all the injuries, and the Giants have a really good pass rush. But I'm not voting against my other team. Minnesota all the way.
Minnesota, yep.
All right, I call this one Concussion Bowl. Who's going to go out first? Is it J.J. McCarthy who's going to get knocked out of the game first? Or Jackson Dart is going to get another concussion? He's only played 10 games, and out of 10 games, he had 5 concussions. Come on, guys. Either protect the kid or start rolling him out. Do something with him. J.J. McCarthy, you had a great game against Washington that had no defense whatsoever. And they didn't even have a starting quarterback, which means the defense that they had that sucked kept getting, letting him get walked over again. I'm going for the upset. I'm going to go with the Vikings. Or not the Vikings.
Yes, the Vikings.
God, no. Screw the Vikings. To hell with the Vikings. Screw the Vikings. We don't go for them ever. No. We're going with the Giants. Giants all the way. Giants.
All right.
You're a Bears fan. You can't
He's going to take anything.
Kansas City at Tennessee.
No, I really think they're going to lose. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with Tennessee here. I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to beat Cam Ward. And you can't tell me that Kelsey and all them are giving up. Kansas City, you know what? I'm so glad you're not in. It's nothing personal. Yeah, it is personal. In all defense, when the 49ers in the 80s won all those, they were not bad people. We're just tired of seeing you. You've been in the AFC Championship game the last 7-8 years, which is an incredible feat. But we're glad we don't have to see your stadium and your people at all.
Ever again.
Tennessee, I'm going with.
I actually thought I was going to be, I said something earlier before we started filming that I was going to pick one game that I didn't think anybody else would. This was the game. Nope. I thought for sure that nobody else would take Tennessee, but I just think Kansas City don't know what it's like not to be in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to have any motivation to play the game now, especially with baby Jesus Mahomes out. So I'm going with Tennessee in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Tennessee as well. They're 6-8 with Mahomes. I feel like this will be one of the few wins the Titans get for sure.
Yeah. Titans have been playing better football. They really have. It hasn't showed up on the win column yet. Well, actually, it did. 2 weeks ago, they won. Or was it last week? Anyhow, Tennessee's playing better ball. They do have a better quarterback because Cam Ward's better than who the heck's even starting for? Oh, is it Minshew? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Minshew. I love Gardner Minshew and the fact that he plays one good game and he plays really great, and then he'll throw 5 interceptions every game after that. Well, he didn't wait 5 games. He threw, 2 interceptions in the one quarter that he played?
I think he only threw one, but it was
the only one?
killer,
Okay,
yeah.
well, here's the thing. Kansas City, just like Dallas, their season's over, your quarterback's out, they're all planning vacations and what they're going to do for Christmas. Nobody in Kansas City's showing up. Tennessee's got their quarterback, so they don't have to have the number 1 over draft pick. Now they're actually fighting for their jobs. I'm going to go, and amazingly, unanimously, we're all going with Tennessee.
See, I really thought I'd be the only one on that one. That's interesting.
I'm going to skip over the one in the chart and go to one more. The New York Jets at New Orleans. You know what? New Orleans, they are rebuilding. They are not very good, but they beat Carolina. New Orleans fights to the end. Hey, they're good enough to beat us. Us being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you watch the show, you know we film in Tampa. So that's our home team. They beat us. So, you know what? New Orleans hadn't been given up. Kellen Moore, I think, and the Jets just can't get out of their own way. I'm going to go with New Orleans.
I think New Orleans is relishing the fact that they are the spoilers. They're coming in and spoiling people's playoff hopes. They did it to Tampa Bay. They did it to Carolina last week. And, of course, Jets don't have it. They don't even know what the playoffs are. They probably don't even know how to spell it. But I'm going to go with New Orleans in this one. All the way, Saints.
Yeah, same. Tyler Shuck is he's 3-1 now against the NFC South. Hopefully he can do that outside of the division, and the Jets defense just sucks.
Yeah.
The Jets defense, they sold off all their 2 best players, so that's why their defense sucks. Their offense still, they don't even know who their quarterback is right now. So Tyler Shuck has actually played pretty good for the Saints, and the Saints were in a lot of games before Shuck got in as the starting QB. Their defense was playing pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Saints on this one.
And the Jets just lost their defensive coordinator, so their defense.
Their defense sucked anyway.
Yeah. It's going to be even worse now.
Yeah, okay. Saints.
Okay, the last 1 o'clock game. Well, boy, we're going to be on this one for a while. It's Tampa Bay at Carolina. I'm going to pick Carolina. I am not one to call for somebody's job. I'm going to let that happen here. But sometimes it's just, I'm not saying that Todd Bowles is a bad guy. Sometimes you just got to know it's just time for a new start. I think sometimes the players, I'm going to go with Carolina. However, Todd, the next person I'm going to pan to is not going to be as nice as me. Tom?
No. Fireballs. I said it a long time ago. I'm going to say it again. Todd Bowles has to go. This defense is horrible, and he's supposed to be a defensive genius. How do you let a team, 3rd and 28? 3rd and 28, and they get a first down? How? How do you do that? How do you get simultaneous recovery of a football? It's just the Bucs' will. I just don't understand it. Even when after the game the other day in his press conference, he was throwing all kinds of profanity, but his tone of voice was still like this. If this, if that, we need to have this. He has no emotion, and the team is now playing that same way. They have no emotion. I think he's lost the locker room, especially after his comments the other night. I think Mike Evans is getting tired of losing, tired of scoring points, and then defense letting them lose. So I'm hopefully reverse psychology on this one. I'm going to go with Carolina. I can almost see the Bucs losing out the rest of the season. I don't want them to. I want to see them win, but I go in Carolina.
I was at the Thursday night football game. We all booed Todd Bowles. It was the greatest thing ever. Todd Bowles sucks. I want him gone. But I'm still going Tampa because.
Okay. Well, no, I don't blame you on that. I still would like to.
I ain't rooting against my own team. All right?
Yeah, I hate it.
I want to win the division still, and then be first round exits, of course. Yep. There we go. Todd Bowles sucks.
Michael. Well, I agree with a lot of points that they made. Todd Bowles is supposed to be a defensive genius. However, the defense hasn't looked anything like a genius is running it. It's looked really bad. I do think the only fire left in that building is Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans. They are both going to will this team to win, so that's why I'm going to pick the Bucs.
Okay.
I still think the Bucs have enough talent in the building, and between Baker and Mike Evans, I think they have enough will to say, hey, if the defense isn't going to do it, we're just going to score 50 points. So I think I'm picking the Bucs to win.
If I end up with a loss this week because I picked Carolina, it's the happiest loss I've taken. I really would like to see Tampa, but I just don't see it.
Before we move on,
But just for the record, fire Todd Bowles.
yeah.
Yes, please.
And before we move on, you can't beat a team that had 19 penalties.
Over 120 something
Yeah,
yards
blah, blah,
in
blah.
penalty yardage, and you lose.
Which means their coaching sucks because they got 19 penalties. Because a good coach isn't going to have a team that has 19 penalties, and you still couldn't win.
Sometimes you just got to realize that you're not a good head coach, but you're a great coordinator. Raheem Morris, the head coach of the Falcons, you're just not a good head coach. But boy, you're a damn good defensive coordinator, and I think you'll be in the league. All right, let's move to the 4:00 games. This game has not been talked about, and I don't know why, because you got two very good teams that are headed to the playoffs tangling. Jacksonville at Denver. Both of them are great. The difference is Jacksonville, even though I know I shouldn't do this because they've won the last 5, but Jacksonville's just still a little shaky. And you know who's not shaky? Bo Nix in Denver. They just get it done, and it's at Mile High. I'm going with Denver.
I'm big quick on this one too. Denver on this one.
Okay. I mean, they're both good teams. The Jaguars just did amazing. Trevor Lawrence had his best game, but that was against the Jets. The Broncos defense is just too good, though. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yep.
Broncos. Bo Nix is a very good quarterback. Matter of fact, I remember telling Domin, we were sitting there watching the college football, the bowl games, and I was telling him, I was like, I love this Bo Nix kid back when he was playing in Oregon. He has done nothing but prove me and Domin right. We both loved the kid, thought he was going to be a great quarterback. And Sean Payton, once again, coaching matters. Sean Payton has taken a rookie QB, and in his second year, they're looking that good. So, I'm going with the Broncos. I don't believe the Jaguars. I think they're a good team. I just don't think they're good enough to beat the Broncos or really go anywhere in the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs, but that's it.
And anyone who watches the NFL, if you don't think quarterback and head coach are the two most important things, look at the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They sucked a couple years ago.
Look at the Bears.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, they still suck.
No, they don't.
All right. This is the, if you watch the game, you'll get a free bowl of soup. Atlanta Falcons at Arizona. No way Atlanta is going to win again because Kyle Pitts, you suck too. Arizona.
I'm going opposite. I think Atlanta's going to take this one, so I'm going to go with the Falcons on that one.
I really don't care for this game,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to go with the Falcons because Arizona's just not good.
Yeah.
I think Arizona's in kind of the Cowboys and the Chiefs boat. I think they're like just planning vacations. I think they're mailing it in on this one. I'm going to go with the Falcons. They're all pumped up because they actually got a win. So, I'm going Falcons.
So you're alone on that one.
All right. Yeah. 4:25 Sunday. Pittsburgh at Detroit. Well, Kate and Harper, you will be pleased. Pitt's won their last 2 games, but I still think they're not that great. Detroit has to keep winning to even have a chance at the playoffs. They're at home. I'm going to go with Detroit over Pittsburgh.
All right, I'm going to go opposite on this one. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this game. I think Pittsburgh's got enough just to beat. I think it's going to be really close, and if I lose this one, so be it. But I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I think the Lions are easily going to win. They desperately need this win, and they might just miss the playoffs if they lose. They're going to do everything it takes to win this game, and they're at home. I think this is going to be a blowout.
Ooh, okay.
I think the Lions are going to destroy them.
Okay.
I know he's happy
There
to
you
hear
go.
that. Yeah.
Well, actually, the Lions are in the division. They are behind the Bears. Matter of fact, right now they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they're
So
out.
this is a playoff game for Detroit. And I'm kind of with Domin. I really don't think Pittsburgh's that good. Aaron Rodgers looks old, like he is collecting Social Security. Phillip Rivers looked better than him, and almost won a game against a much tougher team in Seattle. And Phillip Rivers is literally a grandfather who was on the couch for 5 years. He still looked better than Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh, like Domin was saying, sometimes Tampa, same thing. If y'all switch coaches, it would do a huge favor for both teams. Simply for the fact that sometimes when you hear the same thing over and over again for 20 years, it just gets boring and they tune you out. So yeah, I think Detroit's going to take this one because they really have to have it. Whereas Pittsburgh is going to be like, oh well, we're doing okay.
At least Mike Tomlin gets fired up, and you can tell him yelling.
Yeah.
You know, Todd Bowles. No offense, you couldn't inspire me to rearrange my sock drawer. Okay, Vegas at Houston. Well, this one's an easy one. You got Vegas, who sucks, the worst team in the league, against the best defense, and it's at Houston. It's easy.
Easy Houston on this one. Texans all the way.
I think this might be a back-to-back 0-point game for the Raiders. The defense for Houston's going to destroy the Raiders.
Yeah.
Houston.
Sadly, I've pointed out many times that Vegas has the best tight end and one of the greatest running backs. However, they have every time I've picked Vegas, they've lost. So screw you, Vegas. I'm going to go that you're going flat out to, let's see, I know they don't intentionally throw games, but the way you're playing, you might as well intentionally throw the damn game because you definitely need a quarterback. So for all intents and purposes, Vegas, lose. You need a QB. Not that you have any choice. They're going to kill you anyway. I'm picking Houston.
Yeah.
All right, the night game. I think the night game is going to be a lot better than people think. New England at Baltimore. And the reason why it's at Baltimore, it's a night game. The fans will be drinking all day. Baltimore knows they have to win and keep even with Pittsburgh if they want a shot. That being said, I'm going to go with New England. I think New England is pissed that they let the Bills back in that game and lost. New England will come in, tighten up, fired up, and will knock Baltimore out of the playoffs.
I think New England, I think the same thing. I was going to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Sunday, and I was walking by one of the bars, and I happened to see the score. It was 14-0 at that point. I went, oh, New England's got this game. And then when I get out from the concert, I listened, and I found out they lost. But I think they're a young team. They're hungry. They know the feeling of getting kind of embarrassed a little bit. I think New England's going to come out and beat Baltimore this one, so I'm going with the Patriots.
I disagree.
Ooh.
I think Baltimore, just like Detroit, they desperately need to win this. This is a playoff game. And New England has 9 wins against top 10 draft pick teams.
Yeah,
they don't
true.
beat good teams other than the Bills. So I think Baltimore desperately needs this win.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well thought out. Very well said. And I agree with you. This is a playoff game for Baltimore. And I think they saw and took notice of what Josh Allen, Superman, did to New England. I think it's going to be really close, though. I don't think this is going to be lopsided one way or the other. I think this is going to be a slugfest, and I think Baltimore's really going to try to run the ball as much as possible.
They need
put
to.
Derrick Henry and have him go downhill. And as Connor pointed out, and he's absolutely correct, New England, and I said this a couple times, they've had a light schedule. They haven't really played anybody tough, and teams that run the ball win in December. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens on this one.
Okay.
All right, so we got the Monday night game. I didn't think about this till just a few seconds ago when Michael was talking how I want to start this one. And I think of Phillip Rivers behind the line. And you know what? When I think of Phillip Rivers, who I think of, gentlemen, I think of Granny from Every Which Way But Loose, back behind that line of scrimmage. Phillip Rivers.
Eating your damn Oreos.
I always like Phillip Rivers, but San Francisco, just like gentlemen we've been talking about, just like Detroit, just like Baltimore, San Fran cannot lose a step because the NFC is really tough. And San Francisco has a great defensive coordinator. Yeah. San Francisco is going to go in there and they're going to beat the crap out of Phillip Rivers. They will easily beat Indy.
I'm going with San Fran just for the simple fact that it's a night game and Phillip Rivers is going to need to go to bed early. Most of them eat dinner early and go to bed early. So as good as he looked last week, it was his first game after 5 years. Now, He's probably still going to be sore from last weekend's game coming up this
But at
Monday
least
night.
he can watch Murder, She Wrote while he's in bed recovering.
That's true, and he's got Sunday to recover. So I don't think, and you know, I'll knock on wood saying it, McCaffrey has played the whole season. If they just put the ball in his hands, it'll be easily San Francisco in this one.
I think as long as they stop Jonathan Taylor, the Niners easily have this one.
Yeah.
I don't think Philip Rivers can do it.
Yeah, I would love to root for Indy on this one. Actually, I will be rooting for Indy on this one, but sadly, my brain's going to take over. I'm going to have to go with San Fran simply because I think they have more talent on the team. I think McCaffrey's a better runner than Jonathan Taylor. Not taking anything away from Jonathan Taylor. He is a great running back, too. Philip Rivers has only been there for 1 week, and he made it through, and he impressed everybody that he did great. But San Francisco's kind of a well-oiled machine. Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator that Domin was talking about, was a ex-Bears defensive coordinator under Vic Fangio. And then he got the head coaching job over in New York, and now he's over in San Fran. But like you were saying, and like I've said before, sometimes just being a really great coordinator doesn't always make you a good head coach. I don't think Robert Saleh was a bad head coach. I just don't think he was a good one. He should be like Vic Fangio, stay in his lane, stay as a defensive coordinator. I'm going to take the Niners on this one, even though I'm going to be rooting for the Colts big time.
All right. Well, first of all, we want to thank our special guest, Connor. Thank you.
Connor.
Yeah. We have to thank our awesome technical director behind the camera, Pete Terzian.
Big Pete.
We want to thank the Village players letting us shoot here. And gentlemen, what do we say every week? For all of our, first of all, thank all of our friends and family that watch. All of you who don't even know us that watch. Thank you very much. And what do we say? Please like, subscribe, and share. Please. All right. We'll see you next week. NFL, go Bucks.
Yes, go Bucks. Fireballs.